So welcome back, I guess, to another video. Today it's going to be kind of like the Doom Eternal review, but so I'm just going to be talking over some bad gameplay. This time it's probably not going to be Doom Eternal though, since it's not a review. I'm probably just going to play something ironically, or I don't know what I'm going to put over. But yeah, hopefully my mic is better than it was in the last video, because that was terrible. I know I've been taking a long time to do this, but I mean, I've been watching some. I've kind of just been binging the in-betweeners, because yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry about not uploading. No one really cares that no one watches me. Yeah. So I guess let's get into this video. No further ado. Anyway, today I'm going to be talking about that piece of shit that the Chinese Communist Party have released recently. You know, their recent piece of spyware after the Epic Games store, and they use it to spy on the world. Yeah, so my number one tip though, for if you want to use it, then I mean I would advise using it in a virtual machine, but I don't think that the majority of the TikTok user group would generally use that, because I don't think that they'd know how to. But I mean, yeah, it's not the easiest thing to pull off either. So yeah, and the thing with TikTok is that it just makes me feel like a grandma, and you know the world is screwed when a 14-year-old feels like a grandma who doesn't understand the new trend. Like, come on. From what I can see, it's like, imagine if you got all the worst parts of every social media and then you combined it. So, for example, how on Instagram, the only way to, if you combine the way that on Instagram there's the only really way to get big is that you need to be conventionally attractive. Then if you throw in the fact that it steals your data like Facebook, and then it's video only like YouTube, the way that the site only cares about its reputation like Twitter does, and I think the app, and then you throw in the fact that it's got an average age of the user's average age is about 8, and then the mental age is half that. Come on. And another big issue is how much money people who use it make. And I don't want to be this guy that's like, oh, you shouldn't do this. It's bad. You're making too much money. I'm jealous. Because the thing is, I think that advertisers are just completely wrong about how much a TikTok is worth. I mean, sure, you actually, lots of people will see the product. That's true, but it's a TikTok. It's not like they can go into depth and explain how good the product is. Like, for example, in a YouTube video, you sometimes get YouTubers that do sponsored sections that are about a minute long. In that minute is a lot better of selling someone than something like, a 5 second, a 5 second TikTok. And the other thing is that these TikTokers, they make huge amounts of money, if that's the correct term, but they lose. The thing is, they're in a really, really bad situation, because, oh sure, YouTube's unstable, but TikTok is even more, because so many countries are thinking about banning it. And it's like, for example, on YouTube, why would you subscribe to someone? You subscribe to them for their personality, which is these are the and for example on Twitter, you subscribe to someone because you like their thoughts. Usually, if you subscribe on Twitch, they're either a thought, or it's because they are decent at the game, or if you subscribe to someone on Instagram, if you would either do it because for convention, because you like people who are conventionally attractive, or because it's like or stolen memes. So I don't see why you'd follow a TikTok star. Like, there's sort of, in my eyes, all the reasons you would follow someone are already there. No one asked for it. When you think about it, before YouTube was around, what was the main way people people made shared videos? There wasn't really one. Before Twitter, what was the main way people shared thoughts? It was through Facebook, but Facebook and Twitter are quite different actually, you'd be surprised. Facebook is about sort of being with your friends, whereas Twitter is more about sort of what you're thinking and things. So there's that. Instagram is, it's a photography app, but no one asked for TikTok. No one needed TikTok. So what? Why do we need it? And another one, effort. They like, I'm sorry, you have to educate me before I think that you could put a lot of effort into a minute. I know you can do a lot of effort into a YouTube video, but the thing is, a TikTok, how do you even put a load of effort in? Like seriously, if you put like for YouTube video, if you want to go high production value, you can go high production value. But even if you do like spend hours on makeup, you're not gonna use it just for that TikTok. You're probably gonna wear it and stuff. So yeah, it's just I think that if you're gonna do a 1 minute video, it's quite hard to spend 5 hours preparing it. And then another issue is that how many young children are on it. Like generally, I find that in the modern day, children that are just a bit too young have devices. Like I remember at my school, everyone had like an iPad at about 6, like a proper expensive iPad, and I got like a small tablet. And to be honest, I prefer my tablet. But my parents actually said no iPads because they're too expensive. And I got one when I was 9, and I'm not gonna be like, oh no, sorry, I got it when I was 10. And I'm not going to be like, oh no, these kids are so spoiled, but it's just like, it's like, if kids that young are installing TikTok, then that's pretty bad, because first of all, well, I mean, that kids that young shouldn't be on the internet. And another one is that kids these days want to be TikTok stars rather than YouTube stars now. I know this is really petty, but the thing is, I think that aspiring to be big on YouTube is a much better goal, because for a few reasons. I mean, TikTok fame is basically how attractive you are. I don't really know TikTok stars, but I can imagine, judging by the fact that it's literally just dancing, what else would be that? And also, I've heard from other people. And also, if children are really focusing on this, then that could get them insecure, or it could attract paedophiles, which is never good. Also, with YouTube, there's actually quite a lot of thought that goes into YouTube, and definitely more than goes into TikTok. Like in TikTok, right? Well, on YouTube, there's stuff like the YouTube algorithm. There's things like editing, and I'm not going to sit here and act like YouTube is one of the highest effort jobs in the world, because it's not. It's just, but there's more effort involved in it than there is in TikTok. And then there's even stuff like psychology, like making sure people don't click off, keep getting subs, titles and thumbnails and all of that. And then also on YouTube, you actually need good content. You actually need to make good content to get subs, which is why I don't have any. And yeah, it's just, yeah. And I think in summary, this is pretty ridiculous. Alright, so overall, what do I think? I think that it's some sort of experiment just to see how screwed we are as a species. It's like, for example, it kind of reminds me of Supreme in a way. Like, for example, did you know that Supreme's logo actually comes from a documentary called I Shop Therefore I Am, which was back from a long time ago, which was laughing about how terrible things like Supreme are, things that are like, oh, paid loads of money for this, and then it's just terrible. It's just, yeah. And I think that TikTok's, I just, It's weird that I feel too old to understand TikTok. I feel like it's for it's just how does a 14-year-old get into this position? Like seriously. And then I guess yeah, that's it for today's video. Subscribe, I guess.